Okay, where do we draw the line? Alright, it's for me it's mainly two types of news. It's just me. But it's either gaming news or it's something else. And man, it's just been crazy with all this racism and all this stuff going on. I mean, I stay on YouTube, man. I mean, even when I'm doing other stuff, which is usually, I'm watching YouTube or listening to it. YouTube has become like a daily go-to thing for me, and it's amazing the news and content you get. You might not hear about it immediately, but you get it probably in the same day, in the same hour. Somebody gonna make a video about it, and it's gonna come through, and it's gonna be like, damn, I can't believe this shit happened. Oh, excuse me. And so, what am I talking about, man? Shit, let me pick a topic. Alright, so everybody posting videos about this Raven Symone shit, and I don't really have an opinion about it. Yeah, I do. Let me stop bullshitting. But I'm like, the whole name thing, ghetto names, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got jokes about this shit. I mean, I know I do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of people just don't like, the outlandish names, the over exaggerated names, or quote unquote ghetto. A lot of people don't like that stuff, man. And then on the other side, it's like some people see it as like a white thing to, I guess, stick to a more common or more acceptable name so you can get a job in the future and all of that. I mean, honestly, both sides of that shit is wrong, in my opinion. Honestly, you should be able to be named whatever you want to be named and still be able to get a good job and everything like that. And on the other end, where it's wrong is that you shouldn't discriminate against somebody for having a name that's unorthodox. But I mean, it's just the way it is to a point. Now, I mean, everybody can make changes to everybody can come together to help make a change on things of this topic. Speaking about the name thing specifically, but will it happen? Probably not. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not, because I just don't like negativity, even though we kind of bring it into our lives one way or another. But it's just, I see it, and like, man, I hate to say this shit, because I don't want to be like some of the people I watch, man. And I don't want to say I'm swayed by anybody else's opinion, but I do think about it, and it's like, man, black people really do not seem to stick together, and it sucks. It really does. And I know it's not all black people. It's not all black people. It just seems like in the forefront, like on the surface. And that's the most important part when it comes to society, is kind of sort of what's on the surface, man. Also, what's beneath the surface is extremely important too, but to get people to come in and see everything in a different light and the way that society is set up, the surface has become very important. And so it's kind of like, yo, the surface needs to be one way, and then what's underneath needs to stack on top of that. I guess that's kind of reverses. The surface is on top, and then what's underneath is below. But honestly, what's on the surface needs to be good, and then what's underneath needs to be better. And what's seen on the surface in terms of the black community, I mean, in my eyes, and maybe a couple of others from some of the videos I've seen and some of the opinions I've heard, it's just not good. I'm getting off topic, going off into other stuff, but sticking with the names thing, it's just not good, man. And why? I guess because you can say that white people have set everything up and put it into place to where, like, yo, we need to be like the standard of Well, whoever has the most money kind of sort of sets the standard. Whoever has the money and the power kind of sets the standard. So, like the guys that started wearing suits or whatever to be clean and all of that stuff evolved over time. You know, I don't know how far back it goes, but dudes who was like spiffy, clean, or who looked a certain way, hey, that shit just carried down over time. And we now with the suits and everything like that, and you not all about your business unless you wearing a suit. Honestly, I don't think that shit should matter, but it's just the way society is set up. I mean, like, let's be honest. Really, do you need a suit to conduct business? No, but it's all about appearance, and that's just the way society is. And so, it's kind of like, it seems like white people have set this up, and so black people got to conform to it in order to kind of move up there or get into the vicinity of where I guess white people work. But that's just the racism part of it, and I don't necessarily feel it's that way, because there are people who stand out. You know what I'm saying? I can't name any because I just can't right now, but it's people who buck the trend, man, and still become financially successful, because that's mainly what we attribute success to, is how much money you have or how much freedom you get from having money, something like that. Because it's sad also, because it's a society thing. It's kind of sad that if you don't make much money, people look down on you. It's damn, man. It's just you go from one thing to the next with all this shit. And to me it's more than just racism. It's society, and society has these norms that need to probably be broken, and they need to be torn down. Everybody need to be able to do what everybody should be able to do without the scrutiny, without certain shit being applied to them, like on a social level. And then on top of that, you got to look at, and I hate to say it, it's like you gotta use judgment, and you're not supposed to, but because people fear for their safety, then there comes judgment. Because without judgment, I guess you can't necessarily say you looking out for yourself, because everybody says it. People are always out there to take advantage of you, and you gotta use your better judgment to get ahead. And man, it's a lot of shit. Shoot, going from goddamn to goddamn. But man, I just say don't take that shit all that serious. I mean, going back to like the Raven Symone story and seeing all these videos and reactions to it, it's like, I mean, shit, she allowed to have her opinion too. Fuck, her opinion don't fucking affect me none. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to hate or talk about whatever. I mean, maybe she got a white woman complex or something. I don't fucking know. Her life is her life. I don't really be tripping about that shit. But when the only time I might have an issue with it is when she starts to be in a position of power, and not in terms of she can hire people, which she can hire people, which that does kind of fucking suck. So I guess that does mean that she has some kind of whatever the fuck. But anyway, the thing is, when you're in like politics or something like that, or when you're dealing with like a lot of people, and ooh, damn, excuse me, man, you gotta excuse me, I just had some pizza, man, got the acid reflux and shit. But it's just when you get into a position of power where you have the power to influence laws, governments, and shit like that, then it becomes a much bigger deal. But from where she is, and she got got a lot of money to hire people and bring people on, she can make whatever fucking choice she want to make when it comes to hiring somebody. That's just her. Now, is she wrong or right? I mean, that's another thing that you have to judge, I guess, individually, not necessarily. It shouldn't be judged based on social norms. It shouldn't be, but it is. I don't know, man. I hope all this shit made sense, because a lot of the times I be talking just for the fuck of talking. And it's trying to make sense out of it for myself, because I be thinking it in one way in my head, and then when I talk about it, it come out a totally different way. But this racism shit, man, it does need to stop. But at the same time, all of the shit around it needs to stop. Not just racism, but all the social norms, all that shit need to go away, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause racism is a part of that. So that shit need to leave. If racism gon' go, that shit need to go too. No more motherfucking suits at work. If you work at the white collar job, you can come in that joint in some goddamn swimming trunks and a tank top and still get your goddamn programming and all that shit done. Which I'm pretty sure some offices already have that, but the majority of offices probably still use the come in a shirt and tie or business casual shit. That shit ain't comfortable, man. A lot of folks don't want to wear that shit, so I'm just saying. And that's just one aspect of social norms, man. Or like, you know, how much money you make and all of that shit. That shit shouldn't fucking matter. As long as you happy or comfortable, you cool. And if you do need help financially or whatever, the social norm should be to help that person. That's what society is supposed to be about, is community. And a lot of that shit is just not there. Damn, this video getting long. But anyway, if you watched it to this far, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you washing dishes or some shit and you listening to this. But that's just my take on a lot of the issues that's going on in the world. Excuse the microphone quality. I should have said this in the beginning because I'm not using my regular microphone. I'm using a headset. Alright, man. Y'all have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later.